Hair cycle. So firstly, there are three stages. We need to know it's anagen, it is catagen, as well as telogen, act in short. So firstly, we are looking at what is anagen. So this anagen, it refers to the period of active hair growth. So it is nothing but the active hair growth. And then the anagen, it can continue for several years. It is for several years, and the duration of the phase is responsible for determining the final length of the hair. So this determines the final length of the hair, and normally there are about 80 to 90% of the hair follicle on the human scalps are in anagen at one time. 80-90% at one time they are in 80 to 90% of the hair follicles on the human scalp are in anagen. So at a particular time they are in anagen phase, 80 to 90% of the hair follicles, and it can be identified by the presence of angulated roots. So in case of angulated roots, it is nothing but the anagen. Next we are looking at the catagen phase. So in case of the catagen, at the end of the anagen, the epithelial cells, it slows down and stops. So it slows and stops. And next the follicle enters the involuntary phase. So it enters the involuntary phase, and this is known as the catagen. And the proximal end of the hair shaft keratinizes and it forms a club-shaped structure. And the lower part of the follicle involutes by apoptosis. So the lower part, it has apoptosis. And this phase, it lasts about 2 to 3 weeks. Next what we are seeing is the telogen phase. So in case of the telogen phase, it is a resting phase it is nothing but a resting phase, and it is present between the catagen and the anagen. Other thing to note is the clubbing becomes more prominent, and it lasts for 3 months. And the club hair is eventually shed through an active process known as the exogen. And in human scalp, the hair follicles may remain in a state of latency, and it is known as kinogen. This is another thing to know. Latency phase is known as kinogen, and this is for a prolonged period after the club hair is shed. This is after the club hair is shed.